we are doing a full get ready with me start to finish. So think of this as like your inspo for getting ready for a special occasion. And tonight I'm actually going to the Cowboy Carter concert, so I am so excited. I want to look amazing tonight, so I'm gonna show you guys the process because it's a process. As you can probably tell, I am fresh out of the bath shower because I took a bath first, and I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to going out anymore, it gives me a little anxiety because I know I'm gonna be going to bed late. I'm at that age where when I lose sleep, it makes me a little stressed out because I feel the effects of it. So in order to kind of like prep for the night, I decided to take a nice relaxing bath. So I had a moment to kind of like wind down so I could have a little bit more of a wind up tonight and not be so anxiety ridden. For that, I use NEOM, and this is their Perfect Night Sleep Magnesium Bath Milk. I love me a good milky bath because it makes your skin just feel so soft. But I also decided to just hop in the shower to wash my hair because my hair was feeling a little greasy. This is actually the first time I've tried the CECRED hair care line. I use the Hydrating shampoo and conditioner. My hair smells amazing. And next, of course, you know, we're gonna do some skincare and body care. So let's go ahead and move on to that because I'm ready. My skin's feeling perched. So whenever I'm doing like a heavy makeup day and I want my base to look absolutely flawless, I always make sure to exfoliate my skin. For that, I'm using the Peach and Lily Rice Dough Smoothing Facial Scrub. I've talked about this before, and the reason that this comes in handy is because it's a very soft exfoliating type of product. But since it has those little granules to it, see the texture of it? It actually offers a bit of a manual exfoliation, and since we kind of want to remove all of the dead skin cells that are sitting on the surface of the skin, using a manual exfoliant is perfect for this. Okay, I got my hair pulled back and put a robe on so it'll be a little easier for me. This is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Ginseng Collagen Mask. And the reason that I like this is because this is one of those masks that's designed to sit on the skin a little bit longer, which gives your skin time to really soak up the moisture from this. And since this mask specifically contains a lot of concentrated ingredients, the longer that it can sit on your skin allows more permeability. Honestly, for me, the reason that I also love these is because it cools down my skin, which when you're wearing a lot of makeup and you're wearing it light, I don't know about you, but my skin gets irritated. And since a lot of the unevenness and fine lines on my skin manifest from dryness, using something like this kind of keeps that at bay. And then what I do with little pieces that came from the eye holes, I'll actually just kind of like layer it up there. All right, let's move on to body care. Mind you, this is not something I do every day, but when I'm going out, I like to have like shimmery, glistening skin, kind of like they do on the red carpet. And so my way of replicating that, and I'm pretty sure I saw a celebrity makeup artist say he uses this product. I use the Lip Tinted Hueglow highlighter drops, and I mix a little bit in with my body lotion. The OSEA Undaria Algae Body Butter. I like this because it's like thick and buttery, and anything from OSEA is like a special occasion for me. I've said that before. Put it in the palm of my hand so I can warm it up, but I usually just do like a couple drops, like that much. Mix it in on the palm of my hand, again, to kind of like warm the product up together. Also, another thing that I've noticed when I use the Hueglow, it kind of like evens out the appearance of my skin, so my skin looks more even. And from here, like I said, I just leave this on my skin for a bit, kind of relax, hang out until I'm ready to start my makeup. Okay, so I took my mask off because my husband brought home dinner, so I ate, but I did have it on for about an hour, and as you can tell, my skin is glowy. So for my makeup, I want to do something that's a little bit more bright and bold so I can see it in pictures, but I also want my base to look absolutely flawless, as has been the theme for this whole video. So starting off with the foundation, I'm using one of my favorite foundations from Polite Society. This is the More Than a Pretty Face foundation. I'm wearing the shade Neutral Light. So I've got some on the back of my hand there, and then I find it's best to just kind of dot it around your skin so you get an even application. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with a sponge so I can pick up any excess foundation and also kind of blend it in a little bit better. I find that this part removes any excess foundation because when it comes to long lasting makeup, I find lighter layers are better. And I love this foundation. I've been using it for like a year now, and when it comes to makeup for special occasions, I always go to my reliable products. Now, while the foundation is still slightly damp, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the Hueglow highlighter drops from Lip Tinted, and I have a little bit of foundation left on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing as I did with my body care and warm it up together. And then before this foundation sets, I'm just going to apply this to the areas of my face that I want a little extra highlight. And this is really gonna give you that like lived in glow. I mean, look, my skin already looks basically wet. How glassy that looks. You can literally see my ring light cheek, look at that. Next, it's time for a little concealer. Again, I'm using my reliable products, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, one of my all-time favorites, and I'm just going to put a little bit on areas that I want a little extra coverage. Same method, using my finger to kind of warm it up into the skin. Then I'm gonna leave that forehead alone so that concealer can kind of dry down a little bit. Okay, so no powder yet because I wanna let this dry down a little bit, because if we apply powder on while it's a little damp, it'll look way too cakey. So I'm gonna let this go ahead and set on its own and move on to my eye makeup. I am so excited about these because these are some of my favorite products from Half Magic. And when it comes to bright, fun makeup, my go-to is always Half Magic. I pulled these 3 shades out because the outfit that I'm wearing is kind of a blue tone, I guess, like the top is denim. So I just wanted to get an up-close look at the shades themselves, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm definitely gonna go for Punk Pony. Look at how beautiful that is. Again, I find building light layers is the key to longevity for me. I have worked with these Sparklestiks before, so I really like the formula of these. I find they're very forgiving, just like that. All right, so I'm gonna do the finishing touches of my eyes off camera because it's nothing fancy. I'm just doing a wing liner, some false lashes, and filling in my brows. Okay, so now that we've got my eye makeup done, I'm gonna go ahead and move back to my base makeup and just kind of touch up some of the areas that might have creased while I was working on my eye area. And then for my blush, I'm using a cream blush, which is why I also didn't set my foundation yet. And for that, I'm using the About Face Cheek Freak. Again, another brand that I think of when it comes to bright makeup. And look at this color. This is in the shade Laid. And I actually really like this for like day-to-day use as well, because I just think it's such a pretty pink. You could probably kind of see I've worn the logo off there. And I'm going to ever so lightly tap into this because, as I've mentioned 1,000 times in this video, I'd rather build up the color than apply too much right at once. You can always add more. It's really hard to take blush off. I am so excited. I have been to a couple concerts at SoFi Stadium, and I have to say, they do a great job there. Like, it is such an experience to be in a stadium that big with so many people. So I'm excited to go back, especially because it's like summertime in LA, and it is by far my favorite time of the year. And in an effort to keep my skin still glowy looking, I'm just gonna set certain parts of my face, like under my eyes and kind of here where I get smile lines. And I'm also using another product from About Face. This is the Curtain Call Loose Setting Powder, and I have talked about this before in my first impressions of a bunch of new makeup. This was in that video, and I have been using this powder ever since. And I really like the top of it because I can just tap in, and then I use the edges to kind of swirl off the excess powder. So again, we're not applying too much powder, we're applying a very light layer, and then just right there. So see how my skin still is glowy, but that under eye is set. All right, so more products from About Face because this has been a lippy that I have been using. In fact, it's got like nail glue on it from when I keep it in my purse and my nail glue must have spilled. This is the lip color Butter in Cherry Pick, and I like this because it's kind of like a leveled up my lips with butter. It's a little bit more plummy, which I really think is gonna complement this blue eyeshadow. But I also like this because since it's a butter, it's really comfortable. I can just pull it out of my purse, apply, and be good. And look how smooth it goes on. And since it's very buttery, it has a shine like a gloss, so I really like that for pictures. Now for my hair, I'm just gonna go ahead and style it really quick because honestly, I'm running out of time. I gotta leave soon. And also, I don't really do anything fancy with my hair. I just like curl it, so I'm gonna just do that really quick. I'll be back with a final look so you guys can see what I look like all pulled together. All right, so this is what I look like once I had my hair and makeup and outfit on. And I really like how my makeup complemented my outfit for the night. And I really like that I got to rewear some pieces that I already had. Like I made this necklace and earring set for a previous benefit event. And I also thrifted this belt. So I was definitely feeling myself. And I went to the Cowboy Carter Tour with Ulta Beauty, which was really nice because they made this experience so effortless and amazing. Like they got me this Uber Black to and from SoFi Stadium. So I was riding in luxury and just feeling really grateful to experience this in general. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know what to expect. Even though I saw some clips on social media, I was just in awe of the size of this production. Like it was just on another level. So I was actually there with my friend Natalie, who's also on UBC, and we actually didn't really know where we were going to be like seeing the show from. So once we actually started walking towards where we were gonna be watching the performance, we were like, wow, we are super close. And we were actually in the pit, which I, again, have never experienced any concert this close. It just truly felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And again, I have to give a big shout out to Ulta Beauty because I'm forever grateful for being able to experience all of these amazing things with them. So overall, it was an incredible night and I enjoyed myself so much. On top of being thankful for Ulta Beauty, I'm also thankful for you guys because without you guys, I wouldn't get these opportunities. I feel like I'm living in a dream sometimes and I have all of you guys to thank for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me for this special occasion, that maybe you got some recommendations from my favorite products, which I will go ahead and link down in the description box below. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.